Hello everybody, this is Tom from 20th Century Rescue. It has been a while, so I apologize. Thank you for hanging in there with me. It has just been, I needed a break from working and doing Etsy all the time, never stopping. So I've actually never stopped doing sourcing, listing for this long ever in 5, 6, 7 years of doing this. So I needed a big break, and now I'm back. I'll be listing things today, a wide array of things: glassware, porcelain, cast iron, couple odds and ends, some old-fashioned kitchen tools. So let's start with, unfortunately it's not going to show up as well. Um, let's start with the Fostoria Cascade. There are 12 of them. They are iridescent and optic on top, and I'll post a link to the video. You can tell a beveled stem, and they are acid etch signed Fostoria on the bottom. There are 12. These two types of glasses, there are 4 each of all 3. There are 12 total. You cannot tell unless you hold it up to the light, and I mean this sincerely, swizzle stick scratches on the inside. So these, either this is a martini and this is a champagne, or vice versa, I don't know. I honestly don't really care, but you can use them for whatever you'd like. And then of course this is a cordial, and there are 4 of each set. These cordials do not, as far as I can tell, have any scratches in them. But that said, I do want to stress, and I'm being very upfront with this, you will not be able to tell that they have scratches in them unless your guests go up there into the light and inspect them first, and in which case, if their drink is full, they've just got it in the face. So 12 of these optic iridescent vintage Fostoria. I believe Cascade is 1955 to 1965, maybe. They are beautiful sounding, crystal, lead crystal, beautiful glasses. So that's the first set, and they will be sold in sets of the 4 separately, so you don't have to buy all 12. These, if anybody could identify these for me, I'd be very happy. You know, when you try to identify clear glass, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. These two are crystal. You know, I don't know how old they are. They are not marked. There are 4 of them. 1, 2, and there's 2 over here. Notice the ball here, which is, I guess, how would you describe this? Diamond cut. And a lot of detail going on here. And then you see the bevels here, and then the rim, or what do you call this? Bevel cut design, and then the teardrop here, and then again bevel cut design on top. They're beautiful. They are probably what, 1, 2, 3, 4 inches tall? 4 inches? No, probably 3. And there are 4 of them. I don't know who made them yet. And since I don't, and I just don't have time anymore to consistently search clear glass stuff, if anybody knows, please let me know. Otherwise, they'll probably be put up there for $45. Maybe more, maybe less, but I doubt I will list them for less than 45. Here we have an old-fashioned flower frog. There are 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 holes. It is small. It is 3 inches in diameter, and the holes in the bottom are rather small, so nothing too stocky, you know, but here it is, collectible, no chips. You can tell the bottom has that circular thing on the bottom that from the molding. So this is vintage. That will be listed as well. Now for something a little different and a little interesting. These you see all over the place as made in Japan, anarcho, egg-shaped vases. My problem is that this one is not marked. Possibly anarcho, they go for 12 bucks. Here's the problem. This is not marked, but it's numbered. Anarcho would never have done that. I don't believe. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. But this is numbered 3H3144/L in what looks like rather old-fashioned. I don't know who made this, but this is not going to go for $12. Period. They seem almost exactly alike. They are very similar, but they are not exactly alike. Notice the foot on this one and the foot on this one. But they are being sold as a pair. I think, well, you tell me in the comments below whether I should sell these as a pair. One's pink and one is blue. I think they complement each other beautifully. And yeah, both gold rimmed, both very clean on the inside, no cracks, no chips anywhere. The paint is probably what, a decal? I can't believe they're entirely hand painted, but hand touched with the raised paint on the side. And there's the inside of there. So these can be sold. Well, I'm going to list them as a pair. If you want to, if anybody has any interest in them, then that's fine. And they are the exact same height. I just can't figure out why one is numbered and who would have made it if they are numbered. Because when I originally bought it, I thought it might be older and Mount Washington, you know, from the early 1900s. Excuse me. And I think that still might be the case. I could be totally wrong. Who knows? So what else do I have? I have a pair of bookends that I bought years ago at a antique fair in New York City, and I don't have any use for them anymore. They're beautiful. It's a pan. They are inlaid marquetry and wooden, of course. And they're beautiful. Probably from the Art Nouveau period. Just strikes me as early 1900s. The bottom is burl, but you can see some chips on them. Chips on the bottom of the burl. And one did have a label, remnants of a label on it, and okay, so this is an Italian. So these are made in Italy. I don't know when. I'm sorry for the lighting. I don't usually do videos at this time of day. It's usually early in the morning when it's still dark out. But so they are large-ish, 6 inches, 7 inches tall, with the metal hinge, so they can be stacked away if you, or you know, displayed somehow if you want to display them like this. I'm sorry, that is really annoying. God damn it, I hate this light in here for the computer. Sorry, it's my day off. I don't want to get irritated. So these will be listed for sale. I don't know who made them, but the remnants of the label are in Italian. So there you go. with that. Here's an interesting piece. It's a lamp. It's milk glass. It looks like it was clearly painted on the outside, and it's all but worn off. Here is the maple leaf. I guess that's a maple leaf, right? You can see there's dirt in there and or remnants of what might have been coloring on the outside. The inside looks like it is finished with a darker color, or maybe that's just dirt. I don't know. But here's the fun part. Let me push this back a little bit. It came with the wire, which is an utter disaster. And so disastrous, I just chopped it off to make sure no one plugged it in. But here's the, so the way it came is it was wired simply, and with no base. I mean, this is the base. You can see the remnants of the felt on the bottom. And what I love about this is this glass finial. So all you need is a new socket kit. I am going to clean this up, so it's you know, it's useless. Even if it was painted, I can't really tell. But it's milk glass. It's dirty, and I do suspect some of this is remnants of some sort of paint. But I'm going to strip it all off somehow and sell it as just total milk glass. So if I put this in here, this did attach. Oh, the other thing is on the other cord of the wire. The thingy. So there you go. And it did not have a shade. But this would be a nice addition to a Victorian, shabby chic type atmosphere, decor, what have you. With the original socket. I think you could probably use the original socket. I don't know. Is it worth it? Just get a new one? It's up to you. So that will be listed as well. And I just think this is interesting. It's been, I've had this for over a year. I just haven't gotten to it. But that will be listed for sale this weekend as well. And if you want the original cord, some of it's actually really good. Some of it does not look very good. I don't know what anybody could do with it. But if you want it, I'll include it. Maybe I'll just include it anyway, regardless. I don't see the point though. But if you want it all, just let me know. Otherwise, it will not be sent with the cord. Okay? So that's cool. Let's see. All right, how about some cast iron? I've got a couple of pans, excuse me. One is a little Wagner. Is this Wagner? Yes. Wagner ware Sydney number 0. It is, geez, it would help, 6-7 inches in diameter with pour spouts. I don't know what to do about this lighting. It's just pissing me off. Sorry, I just haven't spent much time with the lighting. I just don't have the time for it right now. But I do need to get educated on lighting. But I apologize. Whatever. It's cast iron. It's Wagner. And the larger one is Griswold. Pretty clean. It should be resized, of course. The bottom is pretty crusty. And you can see the medallion there with Griswold. Good shape. Oh, it's number 5 on the handle. They do not wiggle or wobble on a surface, or does it? No. That's stable, and the little one seems to wobble about a 1/16 of an inch. So I know people are particular about that. It's certainly not overly warped, but there is a little bit of wobble here. Just telling you. All right. Okay. Well, clearly not a cleaned copper pot made in Italy. It is stamped Italy. I do need to clean it. I am not going to expend an enormous amount of time cleaning it for purchase. It is it's not thick gauge. I don't know if you, of course you can't tell because of the goddamn lighting. My fault, but I keep bitching about it, don't I? But I'm not going to spend enormous time on this. This is just not worth an hour of cleaning. Am I curmudgeonly today or what? I'm sorry, but yeah, this is why I needed a break. Maybe I should still take a break. Here's an old ricer, which I love old kitchen equipment. It's big, and it works pretty darn well. Used to have black enamel paint on it, which is all worn off. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, of course you can't. Yeah, I should not have done this video today. Just grumpy. It's really difficult to see. There you go. I think that's better. I cannot list this on Etsy because it's not old and it's not handmade, but it's the rabbit cork wine removal thingamajiggy. Yep. Antique 19, well, Bonnie Production Company, New York, or maybe it's Bonnie Produce Company. Nah, Productions, I don't know. Bonny. Ice cream scoop with a plastic or Bakelite handle. Aluminum, I believe. Thick gauge aluminum. Does need to be cleaned, Thomas. So I will clean it up as much as possible. There we go. We have the old apple corer, which needs a little, I mean, I've used this, of course, when I first got it. It's okay. It needs some adjusting, I think. What is it that needs adjusting? Because when I did this, I don't know, maybe it just needs a new blade, quite frankly. It works okay, not perfectly, but if you're doing an apple pie or several apple pies, regardless of how even this works, this will come in handy. And it's a cool piece of kitchen tool history, quite frankly. The handle is wood. It is made by the White Mountain Apple. Oh, interesting. Made by Goodell. Auburn, New York. Is that where it says Auburn? No, Antrim, New York, USA. Made by Goodell Company. Don't know if you can. No, of course you can't. There you go. So, put your apple in. I think it was this one that needs to be adjusted. Somehow tightened, I'm not sure. But that will be listed as well. And one last piece of serious kitchen equipment. A bone knife, probably a bone knife. Huh. Very light. It's stained, as you can see. Got brass, interestingly, brass grommets, I guess you would call that. I have had to use this on the odd chicken. Alright. And what else is there? There is a plate here, a lusterware platter, serving platter. I forget who made this, but florals and the like. Large, gotta be at least 12 inches. Very good shape. There is a bauble of glass, a bauble. It's a divot on the back. Not a break or a crack or anything, but that's in the manufacture. Very pretty, very difficult to see the shimmering peach lusterware on clear glass here. But this is a nice piece, large and useful and pretty. So I think that is everything I have today. I am so sorry for the lighting. I do need to invest in some better lighting so everybody can see everything, and so can I. If you have any suggestions out there, please let me know. I just don't have the space to convert into a steady environment where I can consistently count on correct lighting. But I do need to do something about it. So thank you for hanging in with me, and I will see you maybe next weekend. Bye.